Marvel, not Marvel. We just did Marvel.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so
try again. Snap.
yeah, so
Redo.
it's going to be DC, but I have like one article that's not DC, and I throw it in here because the DCs are short.
That's okay.
Berserker is getting a movie.
Yeah, I think I saw this coming. Like, I think we all saw this coming.
Yeah, I mean originally
Piano was attached. It was gonna happen.
Yeah, so the Berserker comic is created by Keanu with some other people, some other peeps.
Some people.
And originally, I thought we read that Berserker was supposed to be an animated show on Netflix, not a live action.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, but now it looks like Justin Lin from Fast and Furious is going to helm a movie adaptation of the comic book Berserker. The John Wick actor is starring in and producing Berserker for Netflix alongside Boom Studios. Stephen Christie, Company Films, Stephen Hamill, and Ross Ritchie. Lin is producing under his Perfect Storm banner. Berserker also boasts the Batman 2's Mattson Tomlin as a co-writer of the script. Berserker is a pet project for Keanu Reeves, and who is one of the collaborators of the Boom Studios comic, alongside writer Matt Kind and artist Ron Garney. The project appears to be full steam ahead. The Berserker Netflix movie is described as a brutally epic saga about an immortal warrior's 80,000-year fight through the ages. The man known only as B is half mortal, half god, cursed and compelled to violence even at the sacrifice of his own sanity. But after wandering the earth for centuries, B may have finally found a refuge working for the U.S. government to fight battles too violent and too dangerous for anyone else. In exchange, B will be granted the one thing he desires: the truth about his endless, blood-soaked existence and how to end it. There have been Berserker comic book series and novel adaptations titled The Book of Elsewhere, with Reeves co-writing alongside author China Miéville. There's also a Berserker anime spin-off in the works. Oh, so there is still an animated thing coming.
Yeah, everything's just getting expedited.
Oh, okay.
That's what I read anyway.
The Book of Elsewhere became a New York Times bestseller. There was a time when Keanu Reeves was rumored to be stepping behind the camera to direct Berserker himself. I know how it's a lot of work, but the film that I directed, Man of Tai Chi, was born. Became the director because I was part of the writing process and I didn't want to hand it over. Like, oh, okay, I have to direct this. I'm not quite there yet on Berserker, Reeves told Collider in 2022. I've read the scripts, but I'm also interested in having a collaborator and what they could bring to it. Justin Lin is a pretty successful director. All those Fast and Furious movies made money. I maybe watched one of those of the 9 he's done.
Yeah.
For Fast and Furious, I'm never a really huge fan of that franchise. Star Trek Beyond was okay from what I remember. But I'm excited for this. Who doesn't love Keanu Reeves and more action? And it's gonna be. It has to be a hard R. Like if it's based on the comic book, yeah, for sure.
Has to be. There's no offense or buts about that one.
Okay. Moving on to actual DC news. Okay. Previously in Marvel, you were in our Marvel video today. You were talking about how you're worried about Superman visual effects. You might be worried about Superman itself. Test screening buzz for Superman wasn't particularly positive late last year, but a new report suggests filmmaker James Gunn has addressed some of the issues internal audiences had with the DC movie. Last December, it was reported internal test screenings of Superman had taken place at Warner Brothers. At the time, we heard the buzz is not good, and there were concerns about how the reboot was taking shape. Supposedly why reshoots took place at the end of 2024, though James Gunn has said those are pickup shots, consisting of no scenes and no reshoots. Superman's tone has also been compared to Captain America: The First Avenger and The Mummy, which I don't hate. I actually like that.
I don't hate that. No, it's cool.
Some people didn't like the kind of campiness of The First Avenger, but I liked it. Like
I liked it. Yeah, it
was by Joe Johnston. He did, the Rocketeer, kind of that old timey camps. I don't know. I was fine with it. I enjoyed The First Avenger, and The Mummy's great. With Brendan Fraser and the girl Rachel Weisz.
Yep.
Yes. Now we have another update from Josh Snyder. Apparently, the most recent cut of Superman received great feedback and performed far better than his initial early screenings. The whole reason those take place to figure out what isn't working early on, and we've clearly taken the negative feedback on board. appears the first DC movie has benefited greatly. That bodes well for what we'll see in theaters in this summer. So maybe you don't have to be worried. Maybe it'll be good.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's okay.
Oh wait, more test screening rumors. Point to surprise villains and a tone similar to Wonder Woman. So now they've changed what the tone is. Wait, how far are these apart? Oh yeah, they're a week apart in that.
Which one's newer? This
one's newer. This one's newer. Initial word from the recent internal screening of Superman was not especially positive, but reports from more recent test screenings, blah blah. Nicholas holds his great as Lex Luthor. The visual effects CGI looks a lot better than it did in the first trailer. Oh, there's your concern gone. There are some surprise villains. Rachel Brosnahan is funny and adorable. There's quite a bit of humor, which we would expect from a James Gunn movie. The tone is said to be closer to the first Wonder Woman film and the first Guardians of the Galaxy, which I don't have a problem with at all. I really enjoyed the first Wonder Woman film until like the last 20 minutes. And then Guardians has always been good. We're not sure how well this will be received, but the site is reporting also that David Cornswett's take on the Man of Steel is reminiscent of Brandon Routh's version of Superman Returns.
I kind of got that vibe.
He's not a depressed homeless man.
Yeah. So I mean, I did get that vibe though. I did. So that's interesting to say the least.
For what it's worth, John Campea has heard the movie is tremendously good. And we're told that Superman is emotional and funny, with more sci-fi elephants
yeah,
you might expect. Of course, even if this is accurate, most of it's just opinion. This doesn't deter me from wanting to watch it.
No.
Okay, Lanterns has started filming.
It was good. It's good stuff.
I'm so stoked that Kyle Chandler is playing Hal Jordan.
So stoked.
I love Kyle Chandler. Great.
Love him. He's so good.
Work is officially underway on Lanterns. We now have a first look at DC's Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart side by side. They're not in costume, but look closely and you'll see what Hal is wearing: Green Lantern power ring. John, meanwhile, may or may not have one on. It's hard to tell given the placement of his hand. Our Lanterns have rings. Quote: Our Lanterns have the rings and all the power they bring. And the other characters and aspects of the lore are going to show up or be name checked. Showrunner Chris Money told the site, but it's also a series that explores who these guys are when they're on the job, when they're out in uniform. It's designed to be accessible for people who don't know anything about the mythology, but hopefully really satisfying for people who know it backwards and front. Oh man, that's a hard balance. That's gonna be tough.
That's hard
to get newbies to buy in and have the respect of the hardcore fans.
So tough.
Yeah, that's a lot of shows have failed at that. It's a shame to not even get a glimpse of their respective Green Lantern Corps uniforms. Though DC Studios James Gunn has previously confirmed they'll be practical rather than visual. Wow. DC Studios Lanterns Falls New Crew John. Yeah, we know what. So if you look, pop that open. Pull that up. So if you look full screen. Ring there. We're in the ring. And then we'll see. I'm excited. It will come out in 2028, I guess. I don't know. Okay, last DC news. This doesn't sound good. I mean, it sounds, I don't know. So a new report claims to shed further light on big changes coming to behind the scenes at Warner Brothers. Didn't they just shutter a bunch of video game studios too?
Yeah, I could have swore that just happened.
Earlier this week, a report from Puck, no affiliation to Alpha Flight, claimed that Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav is looking to end Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi's stint at Warner Brothers Pictures co-chiefs. He's looking to fire some people. Hey, they've spent an awful lot more than they've made for the studio since taking charge of its film slate. The frugal Zaslav, who hasn't shied away from scrapping near-completed projects, appears to have reached the end of his tether. The studio's co-CEO, Peter Safran, is reportedly a top contender to take over from Luca and Abdi, though that would currently leave James Gunn to run the studio alone. The Insider has shared an update today, theorizing that Zaslav may be eyeing Safran because he wants out of the DCU. Safran has barely been in the DCU, unless his DC Studios co-chief James Gunn has become such a control freak that Safran feels like there's there isn't much there for him to do over there. It makes zero sense to me. That could explain why he'd take another position with the studio, which allowed him to work on a greater range of projects outside of comic book movies and TVs. That said, I'm told the number 3 at DC Studios, Chantal Nong, isn't quite ready to replace Safran in the capacity of co-CEO, nor is she necessarily the right fit alongside Gunn. So while the WB slate may fare better under Safran, these studios may ultimately suffer in the long run without him taking on the brunt of the business responsibilities for the studio. Suppose we could look at the. I don't know. Like, I mean, was Top Gun Maverick a Warner Brothers? I feel like they've made some money, right?
That's Paramount, isn't it?
Oh, you're right. It's Paramount. Okay, well, let's see.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like,
what
for Warner Brothers
made since.
I feel like there's been too many. I can't even formulate a.
Can I search by studio? Untitled Warner Brothers. No. Okay.
I don't even know. Yeah.
Oh, production companies. Maybe we could do. Come on, ChatGPT, tell me. I mean, Gemini.
I mean, I can start at 2020. Like
Okay.
the beginning of 2020 was Birds of Prey, the Scoob movie. Tenet actually came out September 3rd, 20. Yeah, but it was entitled Scoob.
Oh, here, I have the list here. Okay, so starting
a lot of bombs.
Yeah,
so a lot of bombs.
Space Jam in 2021, Suicide Squad. Oh, does it have the? Okay. Oh yeah, it has a bunch of. Okay, so, Suicide Squad lost money. Reminiscent lost money, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Matrix Resurrections. Well, I guess this is during COVID. You can't really.
Yeah.
Batman made 500 million. Okay. Fantastic Beasts didn't really make a lot. Elvis did well. Magic Mike's Last Dance. Why would you ever make that?
Super Pets made money though, did it not?
Super Pets?
Yeah, the animated one.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen this in the list yet.
Yeah.
The Flash lost money. Barbie made a ton of money. The Meg made money. Meg 2, Blue Beetle. No. Wonka made a ton of money. Aquaman probably broke even. Color Purple lost money. Dune Part 2 made a ton of money. Godzilla made money. Furiosa probably broke even.
Yeah.
Twisters made money. Beetlejuice definitely made money. Joker was a bomb. I don't know. It doesn't seem like. I suppose if you add all of this up to versus what they made,
it shouldn't be that bad. Like, you know what I mean? They're painting it to be such a intense situation, but like, how bad is what they inherited? Right? I heard it's pretty bad. Like what they had to. Like what they had to.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess that the Barbie profits almost covers most of their losses.
Yeah, like. How they're not.
I don't know, it's weird. I mean, Zaslav is a garbage human anyways, who doesn't like artists. And let's be honest, their track record for video games sucks.
Yeah.
For Warner Brothers. Why they ever told Rocksteady they had to make a Suicide Squad game instead of sticking to Batman or doing a Superman game? Ridiculous. And then they just killed that Wonder Woman video game, which is supposed to be like God of War, which sounds fine to me. Like, who wouldn't? If the story's good, why not? Like,
well, apparently it was in development hell. Like, it was.
Well, it had been apparently it had been rebooted once at least.
And I'm not surprised. So
I don't know. Warner Brothers sucks. They don't know what they're doing. I hope Peter Safran doesn't leave, at least before. Like, let's get some projects out and see how it goes.
Yeah,
before
get a few out so we can
solidify.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so that's DC and one Berserker article of the week. Thanks for watching. USellComics.com. 20% off your first purchase from all Cyberspace listings. Use the code in the description below. Thank you.
Thanks.